First of all, I just want to give a quick shout out to Elden Ring and Bill Clinton for winning the Game of the Year. Really nailed it with this one. Looking forward to the sequel. Anyways, what's up guys, this is Pseychie, and today I wanted to share some of the news I heard at the Game Awards, as some brand new roguelikes, as well as a Dead Cells DLC, will be released sometime next year. So let's take a look at the new Castlevania trailer. This upcoming DLC is called Return to Castlevania, and with it includes 2 different biomes, 3 boss fights, and a bunch of other goodies. Now at the moment, we don't know too much about what to expect. There's only an animated trailer, but there are some screenshots that I can share. Now first of all, I don't know much about Castlevania, I've never played the games. I know the basic premise, I definitely heard a couple of familiar tunes during the trailer. So let's take a look at some of the screenshots. So first of all, we have the beheaded using some kind of whip weapon inside of what I'm assuming is Dracula's castle. Of course, there will be some new enemies, and that purple looking monster on the left kinda looks like a reskinned slasher, you know, those green things that rush at you. The second screenshot is what I am assuming to be a boss fight. Now what is really interesting about this DLC is that I believe there will be one brand new shield that will be introduced. As far as I know, ever since the Rise of the Giant and the Thunder Shield, there has never been a new shield added, so really looking forward to it. And obviously that giant skeleton looking boss looks really cool as well. Moving on to a rooftop of the castle, I believe, the beheaded will have a brand new weapon that almost looked like the laser glaive from the last crossover update. Of course, there's also some harpy enemies, so almost giving me some Rampart vibes here. The fourth area almost looks like a dungeon. There's some spooky bats that's hanging from the ceiling. I can assume that they will be enemies. And the color palette is a nice switch from the red and purplish castle. In the fifth screenshot, there is a coffin. I'm not sure what this could be. I'm assuming it is another boss, as there will be 3 introduced. And last but not least, the final screenshot shows a broken down carriage in front of what I believe to be a city or town. Again, there's a lot of Castlevania motifs here, but I can't really commentate on what they can be since I never played Castlevania. Of course, one last thing I want to touch upon is that I'm not sure how this DLC will be implemented, as the Castlevania theme feels a little bit distinct from the original Dead Cells. Of course, if there's only 2 biomes and 3 bosses, I'm going to assume that it is late game to end game content. Since if you fight Dracula, I can almost assume that Dracula is a final boss. That being said, there will also be a lot more content this time around, featuring, I believe, 14 weapons, 20 skins, and some other stuff that I haven't taken a good look at from the store. And one other thing I should mention is that this DLC will cost $10 and not $5. So we can probably assume that it is a much grander scale in terms of an expansion. And looking away from Dead Cells, one other piece of news I was interested in was Hades 2. This was just announced at the Game Awards. And as you can see from my 70 to 80 hours played of this game, I really like the original Hades. I think it was probably one of my favorite games from 2021. And realistically, all I want is to just have more of whatever they gave in the original Hades. It looks like you will be playing as a brand new character, and it will be set in a slightly different setting, which is always interesting. I am looking forward to the early access sometime next year. Let me know if you guys want to see some Hades 2 content. I love the first Hades and would love to make some content for the sequel. So yeah, that goes for this quick update regarding the games that were announced at the Game Awards. Really looking forward to the Dead Cells DLC. It said that it is being released in Q1 of 2023, but judging from their previous track records, Fatal Falls released in January of 2021, and then Queen and the Sea released early January this year. So I can assume that Return to Castlevania will release in January, so it is probably a lot closer than we expect. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this quick news update. If you guys want me to post some Hades 2 content, please let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.